Hey everybody, Jonathan Kronstead here, or Jay Cron if you prefer, CEO of Empower Network, coming to you with another Empower Network Rising Star. So, Jason, say hi to everybody.
Hey, what's up everyone?
And Jason, so I make sure to pronounce your last name correctly. Is it Jason Majot? Majwa? How do I pronounce that?
Awesome. Yeah, it's pronounced Jason Mashwe.
Mashwe. Okay. I'm probably going to screw that up at least 3 more times during our time together today. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also joined by my fabulous assistant, Tara Mengen, who's going to be doing our recording today. And we're happy to have all of you here because we are going to dig into Jason Mashwe's business and understand how he's driving the results he's driving, what he's excited about, and talking a little bit about what has made him one of Empower Network's rising stars. So without further ado, Jason, I love always to start off with finding out, how did you find out about our weird little corner of the world here? You know, there's tons of stuff online and offline. How were you introduced to Empower Network?
Absolutely. That's a great question, Jay Cron. So basically, I was started off in the network marketing world, and then realized a lot of things with being more effective and having a presence online. And so I just started doing a lot of research online and filtering out a lot of stuff that's out there. As we both know, there's tons of stuff out there, and it did take some research and filtering process there. And after kind of watching different leaders and filtering for a while, myself and a friend kind of referred me to a guy that had been researching along with a few other people, and those 2 individuals was Alex Zubrov and Michael Martin. Those guys sponsored me into the business there, and I partnered with them, and basically from that research, I really wanted to have that presence, but make it to where I wouldn't have to chase friends and family. So that's kind of how it all started, from that Google search there, of wanting to have that online presence and doing.
Well, and being in the industry before, I'm sure everyone can relate to the desire of not wanting to go after your friends and family. That's always the most painful part about this business for anybody, is you get excited about a different way to do things. You get excited about building a long-term residual income, and then they're like, all right, friends and family, and you're like, that's not what I wanted. So tell me, Jason, about the most exciting commission experience you've had yet here at Empower Network. You know, everybody always has one favorite commission story, whether it's the time I made X dollars in a day or X dollars in a month, or that one commission I made when I was poolside or on a road trip. What's your favorite commission story that you've experienced here at Empower Network?
Absolutely. I would have to say my first $25 commission, and then after that a $1,600 commission, and then after that a $3,000 commission, and then once I started having multiples of that, I just got excited every time. But yeah, I would say those first 3 was the big 3 milestones for me. Rock
on. And how long have you been with us here at Empower Network?
Let's see. I've been promoting this seriously since July of 2013.
Okay, got it. So just over a year and a half.
It was Denver.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, Denver was a heck of an event. You picked a good one for your first one, for sure. Absolutely. And so when you look at your the income that you've earned here at Empower Network, what's been your best month or your best week? Or
let's see, my best month has been, I believe, close to $7,000 in 1 month.
Wow, that's outstanding. And of course, everyone, Jason's results are not typical because Jason's not typical. So make sure, if you'd like to see our average earnings disclosure, it's at empowernetwork.com/income. You can check it out there. So Jason, that kind of money is life-changing. So what about your life has been different as a result of the success you've experienced here at Empower?
Absolutely. I've been able to put more money into marketing, because we all know that if you're going to be an entrepreneur, no matter what kind of business you do, that it's important to put the money back into your marketing and your business to help it grow and help it scale up. And in addition to that, another smart thing to do is invest in things that that you should invest in to help you when the timing of things are great. So for example, with real estate, different things with prices of houses or prices of interest rates changes, whatnot. I wanted to use that timing of my job at the time and my Empower Network iPaaS business to make things happen to help me get this new home that I got into recently in the past few months. So that was also a big milestone as well, is getting into a brand new home, not a used home, but like something that I can build and design from the ground up, and then use those combination of those things to celebrate that and lock in good rates there the right time without having to feel like I've got to do tons of other things that would be, always struggling type situations. So.
Wow, Jason, new house! Congratulations! I mean, that's about as big as milestones come. My goodness, that's amazing. And so when you look at your journey in this Empower Network process, everyone normally has a breakthrough. There's a moment where they look back where everything shifted and everything changed. And, sort of that moment where there's a point that they could have kept going straight, but they went slightly to the right or slightly to the left, and that made all of the difference. So when you look at your shift or your breakthrough in this business, when did it happen? What did it feel like? Where were you? Tell us about it.
Absolutely. Well, first off, I had some good anchor points throughout my journey in the business so far, and a few of them were my experiences of living and working in Japan and learning the language, and then just kind of going through that on faith and just kind of really going through all the challenges it takes to get through that and learn the language and learn the culture, and then be able to have some type of success over there as well. And then use that anchor point along with another anchor point in my business where I actually had my own business at a time, which is a regular local business related to music and production and video and whatnot, and entertainment business stuff. And I had lost everything, including almost my life in a fire, and lost everything. And so those two anchor points of all those types of things happening, I always used that as things to keep me going when I was doing my business here. And so that always kept me going every day to remember that, hey, that could have been my last moment. Treat every moment like your last, and I learned that from other mentors as well. And so seeing that I wasn't the only one that felt that way when it comes to having a sense of urgency in your business because of other traumatic life experiences and choosing to step up instead of falling down, really helped me kind of keep going and have this consistency going. And because I stayed persistent and consistent and just kind of kept on my daily things and see the overall results over time, people usually would think, well, Jason, how did you become a success overnight? Well, it wasn't an overnight thing. It was stuff that I did previous months that got me to that point of which you're just seeing right now. And
yeah, another 10 or 15 year overnight success, it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, and so when you have those types of things happen, that's kind of, you have to have that strong why that makes you want to cry, so that way you can just keep going and keep that sense of urgency. And if you ever see it failing, you just got to keep on making it bigger than yourself. And that was the things that I always reminded myself doing from taking action with personal development and marketing daily and whatnot. And so it's just an awesome growing journey. And I think even in my business, whenever I had like down points, because we all know that even in businesses, no matter what business you do, you will have up points and down points. And whenever I had those down points, I reminded myself of my whys, the things that have happened to me in my past, and I use that as fuel to keep going, but also not quit what I was doing, but keep tweaking it until I could get results. And it's not about quitting on your dream, it's just about adjusting your strategy. And so as I kept adjusting my strategy until I can get the results that I wanted, that's what was keeping things going. I was like, hey, I'm seeing results from adjusting the strategy, but being consistent with it. That's what was helping me getting those new milestones each time. So it definitely made a big difference.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, and I have to imagine that whenever you've had any experience where you sort of have that brief momentary glimpse that, that could have been my last moment on earth, I've got to imagine that changes your willingness to do things that don't inspire you or do things that don't interest you. That, when you realize that any moment could be your last, you're probably not going to spend it doing something you don't want to do or doing something you're not passionate about. So it sounds like you've kind of been able to use a lot of the experiences you've had to fuel the passion and the enthusiasm that you bring to your business now, which is awesome. So, if you look at this idea, Jason, that this Rising Star video that we're doing, getting to know your story a little bit more, that there are going to be thousands of people over time that see this video that, want to learn more about you. If you knew that they were watching this, and they may be in very different areas in their business. Maybe they're just starting out or deciding whether to get started, or maybe they're new and they're experiencing some success or some challenges, or wherever they are in their business. If you knew that you had the opportunity to leave them with a thought or a strategy or something that you feel you would give credit to more of your results than anything else, what would it be?
It would definitely be mindset and adjusting your sense of urgency and making sure that you are not going to procrastinate your success, but doing whatever it takes to get rid of the things that are going on in your mind that are messing with your feelings of maybe not believing in yourself or not having a strong enough why or things like that. Because as I adjusted things that helped me overcome things like procrastination or fear of success or things like that, and as I did those things through personal development, those were the huge things that really helped me more than the mechanics of things keep going and never give up and staying persistent and consistent. And so along with the strong why there and just keeping readjusting it and thinking about it as others, it really helped me, the things I needed to do. And another thing that as well, and some people might think, well, he's just trying to get me to buy stuff, is you have to get into a mindset of believing in yourself, believing in the company, believing in the products, even if you have to take action first before you see certain things happen. And so if you do that, then you're going to get the results that you want over time because you took that action to believe in yourself first, which is really important. And it's important to go all in mentally and spiritually and financially. And if you do that, you're going to be in the right synchronization there that's going to help you get the results that you want if you stay persistent and consistent.
Well, I really, and this is, again, one of those things, I love getting to know our affiliates because I still believe that we have the greatest affiliate group on the planet, and I love being able to serve them. And what you summarized there that I love is you really closed with something that here at Empower Network means so much more than just the words, which is that all-in mentality, emotionally and focused on your business, that all-in mentality represented in the products that you have chosen to purchase and, get to know so you can dig into and use that knowledge and applying it to your business, but also being all in life, being able to say that I've stepped across that line, I'm going to do things differently, and this is how I'm going to drive things forward. I couldn't have said it better myself. I think that all-in mentality is something that has so much power and so much transformative ability within it that once you've chosen to live that way, there's no turning back. There's no other option. You've burned the boats, and that's the direction you're going. So other than that, Jason, I can't tell you how thrilled I am and appreciative of you sharing your story with us and giving us a little bit more of a view into an Empower Network rising star. And so what's been the most exciting thing about moving into this new house that you just talked about? I'd love to know, what's it like to live in a home that no one's lived in before? What was exciting about it for you?
Absolutely. Well, it's just awesome to be in a better, improved environment. A lot of people talk about that they're where their environment is and whatnot. And as you change your environment, you change your life. And it's the same thing with you change your mindset, you change your attitude, you change your life. And I was trying to do everything that it takes to change whatever things I need to change, whether it's attitude, mindset, environment. And all that makes a huge difference in how things go in your other life balances, not just financial. And so I knew that having a brand new house in a new neighborhood with new people who are also, trying to make things happen in their lives, that I knew that was going to be the right setting for future children, and that was going to be the right setting for me if I were to do videos that show people that I'm a living, breathing success, and that they can do the same. And this is what's possible. And I think as people do that, they'll see, okay, I can change my environment too, and then they'll be able to believe in themselves as well. So it's really important to have some type of anchor, and that's a great anchor point to have, is something that can change your environment, change your life, and just make things better for you in a sense that you can use it as a hub of safety, a hub of being able to do something where you can market yourself and be able to have a beautiful environment where you can be not embarrassed with the background, that it's new walls instead of like holes in the wall. Or
wait, are you saying that you don't like my cement background? Is that what you're saying? I mean, you got nicer windows than I do. I get it, but come on. There's like this cement. This is a modern office. The cement's really important.
Exactly. It's soundproof.
That's exactly right.
You don't have to worry about people banging the walls, yelling at you. You can talk as loud as you want and listen to movies as loud as you want, and that it all kind of relates to the time freedom and financial freedom as well. You can do whatever you want. You can design the way that you want if you just work on designing your life there. And so it's the start, And
well, I can definitely relate to exactly what you're saying. I'm a big believer in having surroundings be something that energizes you. That, the last thing you want to do is come into an office where the moment you look at it, you're like, wah, wah, and you just sink into your chair and, you're not excited. And so it's certainly something that I'm happy to hear that, the entrepreneurial freedom and flexibility that you've been able to achieve has brought about the opportunity to design your surroundings and design what you want your life to look like, right down to the paint and the carpet and the desk and the chair and everything else. So Rising Star Jason Meshwa, did I get that right?
Mashwe.
Mashwe, I was close. Okay. Rising Star Jason Mashwe, thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you for sharing the success you're experiencing and empowering others to achieve the same. Jason, any thoughts you'd like to leave everyone with before we close out our interview?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everyone, as you're thinking about this and you're taking a look at this seriously, I really invite you to, regardless if you're already in or you're all in or you're brand new, that either way, just continue to work on your mindset and really think about what this can do for you. Because remember, systems work, people can fail, but people won't fail if they use a proven system and work on their mindset. And if they do that, they're going to be using something that's going to be more effective. And just think about it this: more than the money, it's about what the money can do for you in the different areas of your life of spiritual, personal development, family, health, and wealth and whatnot. Think about the lives that you can change when you go to other countries and help those countries that need help. And if you already have money and you want to use this as extra ways to help with fundraisers or donations or being a philanthropist, no matter what your situation is, from being in the ghetto or all the way up into being investors who have tons of money, it doesn't matter what your situation is. Everybody can use this as a way to help enrich other people's lives if you treat this bigger than yourself. And so I think that's really important for you guys to keep in mind as you're making decisions at different milestones of your life there, and upping your game and upping your inner game as well. So that's one of the main things I want to leave with you guys. Thank you.
Well, Jason, thank you so much. You closed it out just perfectly, and you're right. We are all building something that is far bigger than ourselves, and the lives that we touch others, and it's something that can be really, really exciting. So, Rising Star, Jason, thank you for joining us today, and look forward to having everyone dig into this, implement what Jason talked about. We'll talk to you soon with our next Rising Star.
Folks, obviously the income examples discussed are extraordinary. The income claims presented are not intended to serve as a guarantee of income. Instead, they're designed to give you an idea of what's possible. Success in this business requires leadership, hard work, and dedication. Since we want to help you make an informed decision, we've gone above and beyond with our income disclosure document. If you want to see the average earnings, please visit the page at www.empowernetwork.com/income.php.